Today's podcast is sponsored by our good friends at Publisher Discovery. Their platform analyzes over 3 million publisher websites, which link to over 500,000 advertisers worldwide. These can be filtered by around 80 market verticals and geos. Analyze your competitors' affiliates and do a gap analysis against your own program to see who you're missing. Affiliate websites are filtered by relevance and traffic scores, and you can see their social accounts, which networks and advertisers each are connected to, and emails where these are available. Prices start from just $99 a month, but take a 7-day free trial to see how Publisher Discovery can make your affiliate recruiting a whole lot easier. And use the promo code BEARCAT to get 10% off the life of your subscription. You are listening to the Rick McGinnis Show podcast, where Rick and his guests talk all things affiliate program management. No topics are off limits. Want to learn proven tips and strategies to grow an affiliate program? Look no further. Now here's your host, Rick McGinnis. Enjoy the interview.
Welcome back to the Rick McGinnis Show. Today my guest is Nick Andrews. He has a company called Revitrage. And Nick, it is lovely to have you today. Thanks for joining me.
Hey Rick, how you doing? Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. I know this has been a long time coming. We've gone back and forth trying to finally nail it down, and we finally got there after a few months.
Yeah, definitely. It's been crazy.
Yeah, no. So Nick, just to tell the audience just a little bit about who you are, how you got started in the affiliate space, and what your company does for brands.
Sure. Yeah, it's a cool story. I've been doing this almost a decade now, and it literally started with me just trying to get free diapers. My wife was pregnant. I had a daughter on the way in 2009, and diapers.com was huge at the time before they got acquired by Amazon. And I quickly figured out that, diapers.com had a coupon code-based referral program. So if somebody used my code, they'd get $10 off, and I'd get like a $10 credit to the site. And I was kind of a savvy guy and just figured out how to get the word out, and essentially paid for my daughter for the first couple of years of her life off of diapers.com credits. And didn't really turn it into a business until a couple of years later, when clients were saying like, hey, instead of credits, do you want to actually make money? And then I discovered affiliate marketing, probably 2012, 2013, and expanded pretty quickly. And I think now I probably work with like 250 of the internet top 1,000, and pretty much every agency. I do $1 million a month in revenue on most of the big networks. So I guess you could consider me an influencer / agency. But I do a lot of stuff on Reddit and other places. And I just essentially try to take a promotion and get it to go viral and do a lot of sales for clients.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and we've worked together a few times over the years, and what you do is amazing, because I have my clients ask me, like, what is he doing? I'm like, I don't really know. Like, he does stuff on Reddit, and it makes this go viral, and it's just it's one of those things where you don't want to give away your secrets either, but it's amazing at what you do and how effective it is.
Yeah, I mean, some of this stuff can't be duplicated. Like, I've been on Reddit almost since its inception, and I know the founders pretty well. And I have just ancient accounts on there with very high karma scores that I can literally post just about anywhere I want. There could be a skincare subreddit or something like that with 1 million followers, and whatever I post is going to go right to the top. And it's not spammy because I have all the cred built up over, almost not a decade on Reddit, but pretty close. So it's effective.
That is something that we should talk about, is putting your time in and building something versus trying something for a month and then giving up on it. So you've put in a lot of time and effort to make this what it is today. And that's what I think a lot of brands, they give up on things too easily. And you're like a testament to, you gotta put the work in and build it slowly.
Yeah, I mean, Reddit won't work for everyone, but I do think most brands should at least have a presence there. Or if they don't have a presence, the bare minimum table stakes should be find out what people are saying on Reddit about your brand. And then you can kind of gauge, maybe you've got a 2 million follower subreddit of something you never thought of, and you're actively discussed in there. And I mean, you could do advertising in there for pennies. Or just build an official account and start engaging, and then eventually down the road, pitching and selling.
And this is what I think brands need to hear is, it's a different avenue versus your traditional like social media and marketing like that. So it's something that, yeah, you're not going to score big overnight, but it's, you need to have a presence where the eyeballs are, and Reddit and those type of websites are some of the most highly trafficked websites in the world.
Yeah, it's top 10. I think it's number 7. And I mean, what's cool about Reddit too is it's actual discovery that's taking place outside of Google and outside of your cart. So they're not just like Googling you and your promo code, and they're not just kind of getting there. I mean, they're actually in there discover, there could be a deal subreddit or a birthday present idea subreddit or an owls subreddit. It could be anything depending on what your product is. And people are discovering new things there, and it's all new kind of wide open space.
Yep. No, absolutely. And I want to just transition a little bit to this past 12, 13 months has been, has affected people and brands a lot, some positive, some negative. So from your point of view as an affiliate, what have you seen brands doing good and bad over the past year or so?
Sure, it's interesting. I almost think of myself as like the Dow Jones of affiliate marketing, because I work with everything from, Jelly Belly candy to cigar companies to web hosting and things like that. And it's pretty broad spectrum of e-commerce in general. So I can kind of get a pretty quick pulse. Things got pretty gnarly, obviously, in March and April, to say the least. There are some things that happened very quickly, almost overnight, that were just fascinating. I mean, I was up personally, if you think of it again as an index, I think sales were just up overall, probably 10, 20%. But if you look at the different categories, two of the ones that did really well for me. So I work with Aceable, which they do remote or online driver's ed instruction and real estate licensing and things like that, where you don't actually have to physically go somewhere. You can do all of that. That exploded, obviously. The most hilarious one was I worked with Tushy, which is a bidet company. When nobody could get toilet paper, I was selling, my gosh, like probably 100 bidets a day, maybe even 250 at one point. It just went nuts. So you have things like that went exponential. And then at the same time, I work with several travel companies. They got decimated. DraftKings is a client of mine. They got decimated because there was no sports. So what I just had to do was, be nimble and kind of look at the ones that were winning. All right, I don't need to do much there. And look at the ones that could be winning and like kind of that middle ground. And I just saw what I could do to try to help them get more traffic, because traffic was up overall. And then the sports and travel, I just tried to like Extended Stay as a client of mine. And I was just trying to think of, well, there's nurses that are traveling right now. How can I target them? Is there a subreddit dedicated to nurses and things like that? I mean, it was, a once in 100-year thing. And you just had to step back and like think for 5 seconds. I just had to think a lot harder about where I'm placing things, what I'm placing, and what the whole big picture looks like.
Well, it worked obviously because you're still here, you're thriving, and those brands that were up. Did you guys meet up and say, hey, we can crush this if we do X, or did you just do it on your own?
Yeah, so we connected and we ran a couple flash sales just to really pour fire on things. But that works for a service company like Aceable. For the bidet company, they're already going crazy selling more than they can handle. So it's one of those where you just step out of the way. You don't need to do much with that one. But with the others, yeah, we were strategic. We would do sales, and for ones that weren't doing well, we would get more aggressive. Like DraftKings, I would do promotions based around. I don't know if you remember the first sporting event was that Tom Brady charity golf thing, I think in May of last year. And so DraftKings did a promotion around that where we could bet on that. So you just have to have a dialogue and see like, hey, can we run a sale? Can we run something interesting? What can we do? And it was pretty effective.
Well, in the pandemic showed that a lot of brands had to become creative, and the ones that didn't become creative most likely declined or lost in the grand scheme of things. But it just comes down to like just brands got to understand that with affiliate, it's not rocket science. And if you provide your affiliates with something worthwhile and creative, they can take it and run with it and make it very successful. And that's what I think a lot of brands learned, is that they had to adjust on the fly, and just like you, and it's more of a team effort. And being an affiliate is not, you're not just a number, you're like a strategic partner and a member of their team, and they got to see you as that.
Yeah, it's an important revenue source, and they just need to think of it. What's great about affiliate is the cost is predictable. If you have an average order value and you know that, and you know the commission rate you're paying, you can just pick a sales number, 1,000 sales, 1 million sales, and you're going to know the cost of that. It's very predictable. And what else is cool? You could cap things. You could do a dollar per transaction, like a flat fee type of a CPA type of thing. It's very flexible. Most affiliates like me, I'm game to try anything. So it's a cool place to play. And I think the ones that nail affiliate marketing, they understand how profitable it can be versus just throwing a ton of banner ads out there, or just, doing some crazy direct mail campaign or whatever. Like, affiliates are, somebody like me who's done this for a decade is basically working for you for free, essentially. Obviously, I get paid by commission, but I'm working pretty hard and I'm thinking pretty hard for you. It's not like this passive banner ad sitting somewhere that you had to pay $2,000-3,000 for to go on the front page or something.
Yeah, and that's what differentiates you from those other guys, is that you actually put thought and effort into your promotions and in your tactics, and that's why you're winning, and that's why brands probably love working with you, because they know that when working with Nick, they're gonna get some extreme high ROI, and there's right now they probably would love to clone you 100 times and work with you like that. But it's just it's crazy, and it's hard to find good affiliates, like high quality affiliates like you, because they're not flexible. A lot of them aren't flexible enough, and they're stuck in their own ways, and that's kind of unfortunate.
Yeah, it's tricky too. People like me are ghosts. There's probably, an excellent email guy out there somewhere that nobody really knows about, or there's an excellent cart abandonment guy that, so a guy or girl, that they don't know about. So the trick to finding people like me is to just, step one is just put yourself out there, at least do something in the affiliate world, like go to one affiliate summit or attend some kind of conference virtually or something like that. So at least you can meet somebody like me, just bump into me. And, it could end up being a few $1 million a year in revenue for your company or something like that. And there's tons of people like me that are like that. Like, I'm very busy, and I'm not necessarily going to go reach out and beg these brands for business. It's more, an agency might recommend me or something like that. But yeah, they just got to put themselves out there and find people like me.
Well, and this is a common theme with most of my podcasts, is that affiliate marketing is 100% relationship based, and without a relationship going both ways with brand and affiliate, it's just not going to be as fruitful as it could possibly be. And I stress that a lot with brands, that you have to build relationships with your affiliates. Otherwise, they're going to be working with competitors and things like that. And they're not going to put a lot of effort into yours. So, and you're a testament to that. It's as if they build a relationship with you and when they trust you, it's the sky's the limit, really.
Yeah. My goal whenever I have a new client is to just work with them forever. That's my ultimate goal. Like, until, I'm not doing this anymore. Like, and I haven't lost many clients over the years, and I've got some since the beginning, 5 to 10 years that I've been working with the same companies, like Jelly Belly is one, and there's a bunch, and it's cool because you do build that relationship and you actually care about them. And when a pandemic hits you, like, you're actually concerned and check in on them and like say, hey, what can I do for you? And it's cool. I wouldn't have it any other way. I would hate to be just like a number. It's a lot more fun to know people, especially see them in person if you ever can. But at the very least, like a phone conversation or something like that, it's great.
Yeah, no, that's what I try and tell everyone, is build the relationships, because it's something that it'll get stronger as time goes by, and the stronger the relationship is, the harder both sides are going to work, and the more money that's going to be made. And that's just the way I see it. And a lot of brands don't take that advice, and they think more of along the lines of, larger quantities of affiliates, like the more affiliates I have, the better, where it's more of quality over quantity in that aspect. And if they have 100 affiliates and only 5 are sending traffic, like, yeah, you can say you have 100 affiliates, but you really have
Right.
5% of your affiliates are actually doing anything. Where if you have like 25 and then you have like 6 or 7 like guys like you doing it, then it's going to be more fruitful. And that's where I guess the management comes in. But
Yeah, and they can run contests and tiers and different things like that that are fun. If you know your affiliates, you put something out there, most improved gets X, that type of thing, gift cards, whatever. You can make it fun, but you got to know your affiliates.
yeah, and that's it. It's just getting to know them, and I think that's where the struggle comes in, is they don't want to take the time to get to know people one-on-one. Is just they just want to just keep pumping out new affiliates and getting them what they need, just
Right.
bare bones. But again, it's I'm trying to do my best here to try and do things with the relationships like you and do it that way. But yeah, it's a lot harder than I thought it would be.
Yeah, it is.
Now, if as an affiliate, what would be some advice that you would give brands besides building a relationship? What other advice would you give brands to grow their affiliate programs?
Yeah, I mean, I think the first thing is you got to know where your affiliate program's at. Are 99% of your affiliates inactive? That would be horrendous. It's probably not that bad, but like you just said, there are some cases where maybe you have 1,000 affiliates and only 100 are bringing you sales. Well, you definitely want to take care of those 100, but you might also want to reach out and say, hey, what do you guys do? Like, I'm just interested in how you're promoting us. You don't need to set up like half-hour meetings to find that out, but you could just send like a quick poll out or just a quick mass email like, hey, I'd love to get to know you. This is my number. I love it when they do that. I'll call people, I'll text them back, email them back and say, hey, this is what I do. So then I think that's the first step, is to just find out where your affiliate program's at and get information on the ones that are successful. And then you've got 2 paths after that. The ones that are successful, how do you make them more successful? And then the ones that are inactive, how do you either activate them or at least, just remove them from the program? And I think, there's a lot of ways. The ones that are already getting you sales, you could offer, hey, something like this works with me every time. You say, all right, Nick, I see you're bringing us X sales this month. What if I doubled your commission for 30 days? What do you think you could get me? Well, that's going to get my attention. Like if I see something like that, I'm like, okay, I think I can handle 5 or 6 more posts this month for that client. And all of a sudden you just created possibly 5x the revenue out of a really good affiliate. Yeah, you're going to be paying more commission, but if you pay double the commission and get 5x the revenue, it should work margin wise. Or you get me a better promotion with the same commission, where you do, a ton more sales, even though it's at the same commission. I'm happy and you're happy. There are lots of things like that you can do. And then to activate affiliates, you can just do something where, hey, I realize you've been lapsed for a while. If you get your first sale, I'll throw you $50 or something like that. And now they're an active affiliate and start working with them.
Yep. No, these are great. And it's good to hear it from an affiliate's perspective, because usually I have it from like a brand's perspective on what to do, but hearing it from you, like what actually gets you to listen and gets you excited, is good to know. And hopefully the brands that are listening can see that and maybe implement some of these strategies into their plans moving forward.
Yeah, and I want to just stress that, it's not all about the money. Everything I just listed was essentially, money driven, like you're putting a carrot in front of them. But if somebody reached out to get to know me and they were super nice, and they're like, hey, I'm trying to learn the affiliate business and I'm new at my company, we're trying to grow it or something like that, I'm going to, I'm a human being. I care about people. And I think I would put a little extra effort in for them. Or, maybe they send me some of their products. Like I had a new client, Specs, which it's like these fidgety things. My kids are at the perfect age for that. And they sent me, the agency sent me some products for them. And I'm like super motivated to get them some sales. And it probably didn't cost them a ton of money, So you can always do something like that too.
That's good. I appreciate what you shared. It's really a different approach. You're the first affiliate that I've actually interviewed on this, and the perspective you brought is different, and it needs to be this way as well, just because the brands are kind of like they see what they see and it's from their perspective, but seeing it from the other side is always interesting, and hopefully it can get some more with the blood flowing, and then they're going to start seeing it differently and maybe take a different path, because with affiliate marketing, it's only getting bigger. The industry is only growing, and the brands without an affiliate program, I don't know what they're waiting for, but they need to get one. In just my opinion, affiliate is only going to get larger and more important. And is that what you see as well?
Yeah, I think so. And it's going to change. It's funny. Sometimes affiliate can be like a dirty word because people think of affiliate sometimes as, I don't know, like some of the old school stuff from 10, 15 years ago, like the spammy type of things and bots and, stuff like that, or people brand name bidding and doing things like that. It's just not the case. It's really evolved almost, like the whole performance partnerships thing that Bob at Acceleration Partners talks about. That's I think that's a good, he's got a whole book on the evolution of affiliates, and I think it's kind of arriving at that next level, which is more of a partnership, because that's exactly what it is. If you go into business with somebody 50-50, you're a partnership, and whatever you make, you split, just any kind of business. And affiliate is similar, right? Like, I'm going to be partnering with a brand. I'm not getting paid a salary or anything like that. I'm just getting paid on what I sell. So I want to sell stuff. They want to sell stuff. It's just it can be a true win-win. It just has to, the trust has to be there. It has to be managed effectively. And I think that's why education is so important. It's like, so they don't think affiliate is a dirty word. You can just kind of, it's good that they know examples or experience what an affiliate can be. I'm very different from somebody who has a 1 million person email list and it's all moms or something like that on the email list. That affiliate's going to be very different from the way I operate on Reddit and other places. But we're both going to be very effective, and there's probably 100 different variations of that. And you're never going to experience or benefit from any of that if you just say, affiliate's a waste of time. Or affiliates had a bad history, in the early 2000s or whatever. So I'm all set. You're going to miss out on all that stuff, which is pretty short-sighted. You got to at least give it a try.
Nope, I couldn't agree more. And there's a word I've been seeing, partner marketing has been thrown around a lot lately. I guess some brands are using that versus affiliate, and it's basically the same thing. There's no difference, but I guess it's just a sexier term for it in 2021. Right. But no, Nick, this was awesome. Now, where can brands learn more about you and what you can do for them in their affiliate program?
Sure. So they can reach me. It's nick@revitrage.com. Revitrage is REVITRAGE. Feel free to email me anytime, ask me questions, ask me about the affiliate space. I have no problem kind of introducing you to the world. And then my website is revitrage.com. I've got some information there, but really the best way, just hit me up, just email me, and I can send them presentations, case studies, all kinds of cool stuff that I've done over the years.
Yeah, I appreciate that, and the brands that are listening to this, I'm sure will be reaching out to you, because I'm gonna make it a point for them to connect with you, because I know you don't work with everybody. You're definitely selective, but you don't know until you ask.
Yeah, it's always worth asking, right? And if I can't do something for that brand, I guarantee you I will know 5 or 6 people that can. So it's always worth it.
Again, Nick, I appreciate it, and thanks for your time and the insights. It's been wonderful.
You got it. Thanks, Rick. I appreciate it.
We want to hear what you thought about this episode. You can email Rick directly at rick@bearcatmedia.com or leave a review where you listen to podcasts. Never miss an episode by subscribing to the podcast in iTunes, Google Play, and wherever podcasts are available. To learn more about Rick, go to bearcatmedia.com.